The moment I stepped out of my garage, Diane Larson stood waiting, arms crossed, eyes piercing my Tesla. Accusing me of stealing her car before I could say a word, she pulled out her phone, asserting she was calling the HOA and police. Her face a mask of self-righteous anger, and curtains twitched as neighbors looked on, peeking at the commotion. I stood still, keys hanging, wondering how a quiet Wednesday morning had erupted into insanity. "This is my car," I said, voice level, trying to calm the storm. "I have all the papers," she dismissed me, dialing with. "Drama Flare 911, I'm calling about a stolen car. A Tesla Model Y right in my neighborhood." The thief in front of me, attempting to drive away her performance, was Oscar-worthy and scary. I'd heard stories of nightmare neighbors, but this was Kwangren as she yelled. I began recording on my phone, feeling this wouldn't be her final act, ma'am. I tried again, annoyance creeping in. "I purchased this 3 months ago. It's registered to me." She covered her telephone. "That's what a thief would do." She snapped, then continued her call. "He says he purchased it, but it's my sister's vehicle. Same custom wheels. My Tesla was bone stock. No modifications. She was spinning whoppers from thin air. I'd just relocated to Willow Creek 7 months previous, attracted by its immaculate lawns and close-knit atmosphere. The HOA appeared reasonable for the well-manicured parks and gated security. I'd spent months getting used to exchanging hellos with neighbors. Then I treat myself to the Tesla indulgence reward for a significant promotion at my law firm. A reward for years beavering through contracts. That's when Diane, the HOA secretary, homed in mid-50s with a stylish brunette bob and an ingrained scowl. She patrolled like a sheriff handing out tickets. Real and imagined first, it was hanging stares as I passed by. Then friendly visits, questioning my job pay, and how a young man could own a Tesla in a starter home. Neighbors cautioned me. "Diane rules this place." Tales were rampant fines for mildly long grass threats of over-late trash cans. I thought being compliant would protect me. I was mistaken. Her Tesla obsession began 1 week after I purchased it while washing it. She appeared clipboard at the ready. "I need to check this car's HOA registration." She said, "Sugar-coating poison?" "HOA doesn't register cars," I said, hose dripping. Smile tightened. "Luxury cars need approval, Section 15, Paragraph 2. No such rule was in effect. I'd memorized the bylaws to prevent a battle. I gave her basic information. She processed, handing me a form requiring purchase receipts, income verification, even my credit score overreach. I said, "If you're honest, you've got nothing to hide," she retorted, suggesting I'd purchased it from the underworld. I filled in the form with just card details, mentioning financial information wasn't needed. Days later, a $100 penalty appeared for not complying. I challenged it, bringing forward bylaws to the board, who were clearly uncomfortable. Let it fall. Diane's battle was only just starting. She took photos of my car every day, asserting my Charger was an unauthorized modification. Notes covered my windshield parked too off-center, or charging up rush hours, rubbish community power. None were genuine infractions, but the harassment scored gossip circulated. Diane informed neighbors. My Tesla wrecked one stolen from her sister's in a town nearby, purchased by a shady seller at the community swimming pool. Gossip ceased when I confronted neighbor Tom. Conceded. "Diane says you're shady." "I don't believe it, but she's convincing." Angry, I offered my title. He rejected, but the damage to my name intensified. I thought of filing a defamation suit, but waited, hoping she'd exhaust herself. Instead, I spent $2,500 on high-def security cameras with night vision and cloud storage, a measure against her growing obsession. Cameras filmed Diane stalking my Tesla 3 times, in one day peering at it from the sidewalk's edge. Neighbors reported she inquired about my routine. When I ventured a month later, I spotted her in my driveway, looking into my car's windows, inspecting the VIN. She stated unapologetic my sister's Tesla had a dashboard scratch. I blocked her approach. "You're trespassing. Take this to the police." "Not my property," she sneered. "I'm an HOA officer. We'll see who's the criminal." I reported her pattern to the HOA and police, who issued a warning, but needed more proof. The breaking point came a week later, distracted by a 2-hour client call. I left my garage open, ignoring silenced camera alerts. I finished and walked to the kitchen. Stopping dead, Diane was in my garage attempting to break into my Tesla's door. 15 minutes of video captured her breaking in. She was casing the vehicle, then trying entry. This was breaking and entering. My lawyer's brain clicked, and evidence was king recording. I went outside, Diane. What are you doing? She turned defiant. This has stolen my sister's vehicle. I continued to record. You're trespassing and attempting to break in. I've called the police a bluff, but... Her eyes flashed. Instead of exiting, she raged. It's mine, her power of attorney, you stole it. She pulled keys out of her purse, saying they'd work. They didn't tar you changed the locks, she screamed, grabbing for my fob. I backed into my kitchen. She followed, uninvited, yelling, Thieves like you don't belong here, the HOA will kick you out. Sirens wailed. She froze. You called them my cousins, a judge. Two officers arrived cautious. I explained, showing footage and papers. Diane spun her tale. I'm Diane Larson, HOA secretary. He stole my sister's Tesla tampered VIN. The senior officer, Officer Hayes, verified my title, and Vian viewed the video and ran a database search. The car is his, he said no. Theft report, matches Diane. Doubled down my sister's abroad, she hasn't reported it. Hayes wasn't buying it. You trespassed, entered his home, and attempted to take his keys. That's attempted theft and breaking and entering as cuffs clicked. Diane shrieked, I'm protecting our community. Neighbors gawked as she was led to the cruiser, spitting, This isn't over, Pierce. I gave a statement sharing footage. Hayes confided, We've had complaints about her, but this is next level. Keep recording, exhausted. I sat on my porch, neighbor Margaret. 70 approached you, okay? She sat sharing. Diane's terrorized us for years. The board let her. She did the dirty work. Fear kept us quiet. I asked why no one acted cowardice. She sighed. You revealed her at night. My phone glowed with neighbors' support, telling dying stories, found for mailbox colors, harassed by medical vans. The community app blew up, most shocked, some standing up for Diane's responsibility. I went offline advising my lawyer for a restraining order. The HOA president emailed, keeping the board away from Diane, vowing a review, but avoiding blame. An emergency meeting ensued. My attorney at my side. The board and damage control confirmed Diane's resignation and a homeowner rights charter to stop abuse, bypassing their complicity. Residents aired grievances, threats from Diane over kids, toys, wheelchair ramps, even grass length. Tom said she'd fined him for loud gardening. The board squirmed as their inaction was made public. 2 resigned, and a new election was ordained. Diane's plea deal, probation, therapy, restitution, and a permanent restraining order uncovered. No sister, no theft. Her ex-husband reported to police she'd fixated on a Tesla after divorce. Her financing imploded my car. The same as her dream ignited a delusion, driven by envy of displacement for her. Her therapist, her journal revealed in discovery, described my habits, sketched out my house, and created an imposter title in her sister's name. The prosecutor labeled it stalking-level obsession. Without my cameras, her fibs could have influenced the HOA. Willow Creek changed Indian's departure, removed a shadow. The board's newly elected leaders cut petty restrictions. Block parties returned. Kids played uninhibited, and yards were filled with unauthorized flowers. I joined the bylaws committee, streamlining approvals. Margaret re-established old traditions, such as potlucks. The Good Neighbor program I helped develop replaced snitching with support lawn assistance for seniors, meal trains for the ill at a community fair. Diane's ex told her she could have purchased that Tesla. Her inheritance was sufficient, but she disliked others, possessing what she wouldn't permit herself. Her jealousy wasn't greed, it was control. My Tesla still in my driveway represented defiance. I remained grounded in a home. Now really mine, touched by neighbors who'd become allies.